Welcome everyone. This is the first episode of a new series that I'd like to call Beginner's Guide to Speedrunning. And in this episode in particular, we will be going over how to beat Metroid Dread in under 3 hours. So, first off, what is a speedrun? Well, it's kind of in the name. It is, you are going to be playing through the game as fast as possible and beating it in a single play session, using optimal movement and knowledge of the game. For this run in particular, we will be focusing mostly on just general movement and routing. There will be no advanced speedrunning techniques or glitches that other speedrunners you might see do. This is intended to just kind of like get you into the mindset of speedrunning. So this is the developer intended route. We will not be skipping any bosses, but we're still going to be able to do it in under 3 hours. In this route, we will pick up several energy tanks, several missile packs. Don't worry about anything like that. And I'm going to be explaining what I'm going to be doing in the process. And I estimate that I'll probably beat it in about 2.5 hours. But, you know, the whole point is to kind of like ease you into this. I really think that there's a lot of initial barriers that players need to overcome, and I want to help you get through that. So first thing, obviously you need to have the game, and you need to have a controller. My preference is the Nintendo Pro controller. It's wireless, it's sturdy, and for the most part it does like follow all the commands that I do. There is some ghosting issues from time to time, but regardless, you can use any controller that you find comfortable, or financially are able to use or to purchase yourself. Turbo controllers are allowed in speedrunning up to 20 hertz. I personally do not use turbo controllers, but I just wanted to let people know that they are allowed. And just so you know, 20 hertz is 20 button presses per second. So, me personally, I can achieve about 10 hertz on a just a spurt. So just give you kind of like an idea of like what turbo controllers are capable of doing. You also may want to look into downloading LiveSplit on your computer. It's a tool that you will see on the bottom of my screen as we're playing, and this is just something that allows you to kind of gauge your time as you're progressing, so you can kind of get a feel of like how you're doing and whether if or not you need to restart. And lastly, you'll probably want to look into investing a capture card if you are serious about speedrunning Metroid Dread or speedrunning in general. There is a website called speedrun.com. I will link it in the video, and it'll give you the rules of like what you need to do, and whether or not you need to provide video evidence of your speedrun. But right now, this is more like, this is an introduction. We're not going to be focusing on purchasing items or anything like that. This is just so that people can kind of get used to the idea of doing speedruns. So what we need to do for setup is that you want to beat the game first of all. So if you haven't beaten the game, or like you deleted the save file or something like that, you want to play the game in the difficulty that you want to speedrun. So for our case, we're going to be doing any percent, no major glitches, which is the most common and easiest speedrun route to take, and it's going to be on the normal difficulty. So you want to play on normal mode, just get through the entire game, and then once the credits roll, you'll come back to this menu, and then you'll want to start a new game. And I'm not going to demonstrate it here, but you'll play new game. You want to get through that entire intro cutscene. It takes several minutes to get through. You want to just mash A when you can to get through it, and then you'll get to the intro screen where like you start taking control of Samus. Immediately back out, go back to the main menu, and you will, the save file that you started will have the difficulty. For our case, it's going to be normal mode, and then it will say that we have 3 minutes and 44 seconds. That's the length of the cutscene that we're skipping. And the reason we do that is because in speedruns, we actually record in real time, and we don't want to have to like mash through 3 minutes of cutscene in order to begin that. The other recommendation I would have is you want to go ahead and just create a second save file. Just you go into options, and then you just copy the save file you're using. I'm not going to do that because I actually have specific needs for this, but just in case you accidentally save, you don't want to have to go through this process all over again. So so like I said, time is going to start when we hit continue from here. And so we're going to go ahead and move over to the in-game. So you can see here at the bottom, I've got my live split here. And what you want to do is, if just kind of like poke around, I may go ahead and provide a link to this live split, but you want to kind of focus on major upgrades, bosses, stuff like that, that you want to record, that you're going to be doing consistently. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to be consistent about when you do your splits. So for me, I always wait until the end of the fanfare, which is the da 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 da, and then when it hits that the long one, that's when I split. There's a lot of other players, especially like the high-end top tier runners, like they'll just immediately mash the split button as soon as like they get to wherever they want to be. So it's personal preference. Like, you could do it however you want, but I recommend you just be consistent about it, because otherwise you're going to be messing up your splits. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Just make sure everything is in place here. All right, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and just demonstrate how we're going to be doing splits as I normally would on this. And like I said, this is going to be a very simple, not technical. We're not going to be skipping any bosses. Like, this is just how to, after you beat the game, you really want to play it again, you were thinking about maybe speedrunning it, this is how we're going to do it. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see at the bottom of the screen, there's the timer. It's going. It will go on indefinitely, and you'll also have like previous segment and time. I just made a completely new split for this, so that's why everything is blank. Okay. So first, the routing. What we want to do is we want to get through these enemies as fast as possible, okay? So you want to just keep moving. You don't want to stop. Okay? You just want to keep moving as fast as possible. And the other reason why we play through the game is that now we can skip every cutscene, and we're also not going to save as much as possible, okay? So every time that we see Adam, we're not going to save. We're just going to breeze through his conversation and just keep moving, okay? The biggest thing here is that we want to move as fast as possible. Okay. Don't worry about getting hit. Enemies, especially in the beginning of the game, are going to just provide super, like, they're super generous in terms of like providing pickups. Okay. Secondly, don't be afraid of using missiles, okay? Like, you start with 15 missiles, and enemies will also just provide you missiles. So we're going to skip through the cutscene, immediately counter the EMMI, and we're going to just proceed forward, okay? We played through the game, we know exactly what to expect, and we're just going to keep going. Skip cutscene. Skip cutscene. Okay, we know exactly how the Omega Blaster works, and we're going to keep going. Okay, here, we're just going to charge it to be as fast as possible, because what happens, Samus teleports over to the EMMI and watches it die. Okay, so even though we were on the far end of the room, now we're next to the door. See? And now we can continue on. Save room, we're gonna skip it. Here, missiles. Okay, can't go through that door yet. Just keep moving. Okay. In the EMMI room, we're gonna spawn the white EMMI because the EMMI's not here yet. Okay, cutscene, skip it. Okay, and we want to just have very solid movement. And as time goes on, you're gonna just know the route, like just off the top of your head. You're not gonna have to think about it at all. Okay. See Corpius in the background, just gonna ignore him. Here, we're just gonna go pick up these missiles so we have extra missiles. Not that big of a time loss. And again, just use the missiles, because look, that took 1 missile and I got 5 back. Like, that's just how it is.
Uploading data.
Adam's gonna talk about EMMI several times. And now we're gonna keep moving. Okay. So here, I'm gonna shoot these blocks. We want to also like think about like just how fast we actually use the fire button, okay? Because like, oh, probably a bad time to talk about the EMMI right now. Let's get out of the way. Like, you do not have to fire very fast. Here, we want to use missiles. Why? Because it's AoE damage, and we don't have to individually fire at those little shrimp. Okay? Here, more missiles. Do not be afraid of using missiles. The slug guy, don't have to worry about. But here, more missiles. Look at that. 2 missiles took out that entire shrimp farm. Here. Just going to unlock the water. Map room, we're not going to use it. Not necessary anymore. Okay, that guy will always give you like tons of pickups, so I always recommend like I call it the robot pinata. Like, just kill it as easy as possible. It just takes 1 missile, or you can also melee counter them. Like, so very intentional to like be there for pickups. Okay. As you see, I'm not doing anything that you haven't done yourself. Okay? We just know where we're going. Okay, so now we have charge beam. Gonna open up all the charge beam doors that we can. 2 charge beam blasts will take out that enemy. And just a few shots will take out that one. Okay. Charge beam door. Kill that guy. First energy tank. We're on a roll. Good. Just 2 charge blasts. That's all it takes. Okay. Going up. Missed it there, but we can melee counter immediately. Okay. There. Charge beam door. One thing that I would like to, recommend is as you're learning the route, just get used to just using the charge beam, because like chances are there will be a charge beam door and you will already be ready to unleash the charge beam rather than like having to wait and charge it up. So like it's just good practice to just have the charge beam, and then like as you kind of like learn the route and everything, you will just know which is where the charge beams are and like how to charge it. So there's Scorpius in the background again. And okay, and we're gonna go up here. Okay. Right here, another charge beam door. So I would say, just you don't have to kill every enemy. So it's actually better just to like skip them if you can. So we're gonna go ahead and open that up, and then when we come back, we'll be able to pick up that missile pack. Oh, and I forgot to split. That's my bad. Okay. So you want to get used to like shooting at enemies and running. It doesn't matter if you hit them or not. Just keep moving. The biggest thing that you want to do is keep moving. Because if you're standing still, you're wasting time. Okay. Now let's take care of the EMMI. You also notice that I'm doing a spin jump. You actually drop faster when you're spinning. So that's just a simple thing to do. So you can actually jump up there, but we're just gonna go this way. And keep it nice and simple. And look, charge beam door. Go up. What's this? Cutscene? We're gonna skip it. So here, we went to fire missiles into the shell, and you can also get more pickups by just killing these Rinkas. Okay, you can just melee them, and look, more missiles. Okay. Very simple, super easy. Okay. Open up the control room door and we're out. Okay, so here, I'm gonna show you, and I'll also link a guide to it, but this is the best place. It's super easy to get to. You don't have to keep running around like to find a good area. It's by far the best place. So all you do is just jump up, get to the top where you enter the control room, turn around, the EMMI will be right behind you, and you can just take them out, no problem. And that's the first EMMI. We now have Spider Magnet. Okay, so this is we're gonna do the split. See, so that's the split. Got the Spider Magnet in 11 minutes and 14 seconds. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So we can do the crawl, but it's actually a lot faster if we... Oh. Get some pickups. So we can do the crawl, but it's a lot faster to the jump. And the way that you do the jump is you'll hear the clicking sound. As soon as you hear the clicking sound, you know you can jump again, and you'll jump right to the magnet. Okay. All right, and let's take Corpius on. Skip. Okay. So Corpius, what you want to do is you want to get inside of his tail, and then you just want to spam missiles into him. Okay? So now this gets a little bit more difficult because he's now hidden. I just recommend that you just spam missiles and then begin to like work on his tail. Okay? And then we're going to spam missiles, try to do as much damage as possible, and then we're going to work on his tail again. Okay? If we want, we can use the charge beam, but we want to get through the tail. Okay, and here, we're going to slide under, and we're going to just go ahead and do the counter animation, okay? Nice, simple, just spam missiles. Okay? Normal shots are not going to work on him. Corpius was nice enough to give us a magnet wall. And look at that. And we got a cutscene. It looks great, but we're going to keep going. And we have Phantom Cloak in 13 minutes and 49 seconds. Okay. Okay. So this is the normal way of going through Phantom Cloak. But if you want to be a little bit more advanced, you can actually do a slide then cloak. So it looks like this. You cannot slide while cloaked, so it is a slide then cloak. But if you haven't been able to work that out yet, just do the normal walkthrough. That's not a big deal. Okay, and we're gonna go back down. This is a faster route than the other way, and we can pick up this missile pack on the way there. All right. Remember, don't forget to keep moving. All right, biggest thing here, we don't want to get hit, otherwise we drop off of the magnet. Okay, and here we're just not going to even worry about the fire. It does not do that much damage. It's 5 damage per tick. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So just go run through all fire. Really, the only time that you need to worry about it is Dread mode. Do Molly pet while we're here. And now we're off to Cataris. Okay. Just gonna keep firing, keep shooting. These guys, super easy pickups right there. Okay, just gotta, all you have to do is counter and then shoot.
Uploading data.
Okay, spam A to get through Adam. And we're not going to save our progress again. Remember, we're just going to keep going. Okay. Here, this guy. One missile takes him out. This guy's a little bit more tricky. We can also just melee counter him. Alright. Now we're gonna just slide through here. Take this out. And just keep moving. No need to take out every enemy. Here, since we're waiting, we might as well. Gonna climb up the magnet wall. Counter that guy. Be two flies up here. Take them both out. And now we're up. No big deal. And let's go see the next EMMI. Skip. Charge beam. He's in a bad spot. So this is what we're going to do. We're actually going to cloak and then wait for him to... Oh, he's not being cooperative. Okay. There we go. Okay, and we have another charge beam door coming up. I'll make sure we take that out. And we're just gonna keep climbing. And move the thermal flow out again. And we're gonna hope that EMMI is good to us. Doesn't look like, oh, yep, it is. Okay, great. So with the EMMI on that side, we can just keep going without having to worry about it. That's one of the like few EMMI RNGs that like I don't like. Okay, we have another cloak. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and hit that button. Charge blasts are better for that because, and you'll see why when we go to that underwater boss. It's much simpler to use the charge blast. So here, this guy. Melee counter, shoot. That's all we have to do. Okay. And we'll go ahead and move the thermal flow again. Nice, simple movements. I'm not doing anything technical. Shoot that guy. Another charge beam. And you can see in the background all the thermal flow. It's leading you exactly where you need to go. Okay. We're gonna run from the EMMI. Phantom cloak. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep the charge beam going. As you can see here, that's all you have to do to move up to the spider magnet wall. Real simple. Yeah, other thing about the spider magnet, or I'm sorry, the charge beam, is you get the pseudo screw. Take out enemies in one hit. A lot of them are killed in one hit with that. Now we're going to talk to Adam. He's going to tell us what EMMI stands for.
Uploading data.
EMMI stands it's you are stunned.
We're going to skip all that. Don't save. Okay, this gets a little bit more tricky. Just going to have to learn the route. But we're not exploring, okay? The only thing that we're going to be doing is getting upgrades that we immediately see. Now take out that guy. Just move up the wall. Nothing technical. If you need upgrade or pickups, right there. And we're just gonna walk through the fire. Doesn't hurt us that much. See? Aim your charge shot. We're gonna do a lava drop. So 22-minute lava drop. See how quickly I took out that enemy? Okay. So this is a little tricky. So what we're gonna do is we're going to bring the EMMI up here, and we're gonna hopefully just not get caught. Okay? As soon as he gets the red, then we can't go through the door again. So you want to lead the EMMI up to you, but you don't want to be seen by him. Okay? And we're gonna go up here, and we're gonna take this guy out. And this time we're going to go up. And we're going to go back through the way that we came, and we're going to open up the next pathway. Those 2 missiles would take out that guy. He's a bit of a nuisance. Drop that down. Continue on. Second energy tank. Don't have to worry about that guy. He's not going to do anything to us. Last thermal door. And we'll continue on. Okay. See how I just... You can do this by... Anytime that you're up in the air, press B, and then you'll just go into a roll like that. Okay. Made it to the Dayron train in 24 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, next we're going to go to Dayron. We're going to get Wide Beam, and then we're going to come back and we're going to defeat the EMMI. Okay, this, we're gonna just walk up the magnet, or you can do the jump. Those blue fireflies kind of like give you a heads up of like where you need to go. Skip the save room, don't need it. Here, encounter, shoot, keep moving. We're gonna go down this lower end. Shoot the mine with a missile, and we'll get a lot of pickups. Uh-oh. Oh, that was weird. Counter, shoot. Counter, shoot. Okay. Turn on the power. It's very simple. We don't have to panic move or anything like that. But now that we have wide beam, we don't have to aim it as well. I'm just gonna spray as much as we want. So I'm gonna go down this way. Take out that guy. So the trick to these beam blocks is that you have to be standing still. So neutral stick, stand still for half a second, and then you can release a charge shot. Okay, now we got the speed EMMI. We're gonna skip. Got a charge door in front of us. We know what to do. Look, that another charge block. Push it, move on. Don't worry if that bird gives you trouble every time. It's just better to just turn around, melee counter it. Until you get more comfortable with those push blocks. Okay, now we're gonna go back and defeat the green EMMI and get Morph Ball. So like I said before, this is nothing about this is technical. It's knowing the route and doing very solid mechanics. And as you practice this route, you're gonna get more comfortable where the enemies are, where the placement is, which enemies you have to actually kill, and which ones you can just kind of like ignore and leave behind. Okay? But I'm not doing like any super technical things. So we're gonna go up here. This is the way over to the EMMI. And we're gonna pre-charge and then head over to the control room. So now I can just release this charge blast and then just start firing missiles. Okay, and again, if we're low on missiles, just melee counter the Rinkas and they'll give you some pickups. Okay, now we can just start wailing on. And we can actually just go faster. So, you know, practice mashing on these brains. Because they are stationary targets. Okay. And so for the green EMMI, this is the safer route. But you're going to stand here. The green EMMI is just going to kind of do his own thing. And then we're going to go over to the other side and then just start shooting him. And like, you know, I don't even have the best aim and we're still going to have plenty of time to take him out. See? No running around. It's not very stressful. It's just very solid, know where to go and how to do it. Okay. So for the Morph Ball, the Morph Ball is very slow on its own, as you can see. And so what we want to try to do is actually slide and then morph. So it's actually a double tap, but if you go into one of these holes over here, it'll the Samus will automatically go into a Morph Ball. So you can see just how much faster it is than just doing this. The other thing that we want to try to do is avoid this crawling animation as much as possible. So it's actually faster to just jump into the hole like this rather than Samus climbing into it. So it's just something to kind of like watch out for. You don't have to always do it, obviously, but like right here, just try practicing the jump and then try practicing the slide. Okay. gonna slide, roll, slide, and slide. Like that. Here, we can just practice doing the jump. Just like that. Get the missile plus tank. Now we're gonna go get barrier. And I missed it again. Sorry, I'm getting bad at that. So if you do miss a split, rather than like messing up everything, it's better just to skip it. So 1 is split, 2 is skip, and 3 is reset. Yep, it is ball time. Okay. And now we're back in Artaria. Gonna use missiles to take out these crabs, and we're just gonna keep going. And climb up. We're gonna get this energy part. We're gonna get 4 energy parts as like kind of this beginner's guide, but energy parts, I will say, are probably the worst. And here's a little shortcut for those of you who don't know about it. Energy parts are by far the worst upgrade in this game. Because, you know, it takes 4 of them to even get an energy tank, and they don't even provide health when you pick them up. So, I believe you all know this. Nice and simple. As you practice it, you can get a lot faster at it, but we're just going to be pretty leisurely. We're gonna go ahead and pre-open this door, and then we're going to go up and get various suit. And we're gonna skip the cutscene. There you go. It is a nice stroll through the fire. Various suit in 34 minutes. Okay, here. If you need pickups, just break that one. You don't have to. You can also get this one, but we're just gonna kind of skip it for now. But it's there if you need it. You also notice that I also slide off of ledges like that. It's actually slightly faster. Again, it's not mandatory, but it is something to kind of just get used to. And also, Morph Ball is the fastest way to fall. So it goes from the just standard Samus falling to spin jump to Morph Ball is actually the fastest way. And now we're going to go in and fight Kraid. So Kraid, I think, is probably, you know, the first major wall that players face. And I'm going to show you just how simple he can really be. So what we're going to do, so it's actually a shortcut right here. Oh. Fire that. Doesn't matter if we hit the lava for just a second or two. These guys, super simple. Wait for them to curl up a little bit, and then just melee counter them. You get tons of pickups from these guys. Okay, ready? And so here. Super simple. let's take on Kraid. Okay, so Kraid, you want to be just firing missiles into his mouth, okay? When he does this, just aim discriminately and just watch out for the fireballs. That's all it is. And you can go ahead and just start firing charge shots into its mouth. Like, because one, you're already going to be blowing up the rocks, and two, like, you might be able to damage Kraid. If you don't, that's fine, but at least you'll get the pickups and all the rocks. Super simple, nothing hard or technical about this. So we're gonna go ahead and skip this. And this part, there's two ways. We can climb up like this, or we can just shoot at his belly, like normal. So this is another example of like when you want to start like mashing and get a little bit faster. Or we can just climb up here like this. And look, here's Kraid again. Got a melee counter. And we're just gonna whale him with missiles. Okay. If we run out of missiles, we can use Charge Blast. And if we fall, that's fine. I want to demonstrate I'm not going to counter him. I want to see if I can demonstrate the jump. Okay, so here he's about to punch us, right? Look at that. Nice, simple, just wait for him to punch. And just keep firing missiles into his mouth. We want to save the missiles for like when we're actually damaging him, and the belly we're just going to just fire our white jet beam into him. Okay, because you want to use as many missiles to damage Kraid than to stun him, essentially. And now we have diffusion beam. So for Kraid, it's missiles in the mouth, white shot in the belly. Okay. Heading back to Dayron. Okay. Another time we can just use the morph ball jump. If we're running low for some reason, got some pickups. Okay. There is an energy tank right here. If you would like, if you're feeling brave, you can do this. It's called a slide jump. So what you do is you're going to slide and then jump as you cross through there. Okay. So it looks like this. Up. I can actually do it myself. So that's all that is. But we're going to go ahead and pick up the 3 more, so you don't have to worry about getting that one if you don't feel brave about it.
Uploading data.
This area, dire you are.
Okay. Let's keep going. Here. Into counter. Oh. You can see the EMMI up on the HUD. So we're just going to cloak and just avoid them. pickups if we need it. Here, one charge blast and one missile will take out these guys. Okay. Pull up the energy again. And let's go get bombs. So we're gonna meet those dogs again. All it is, charge blast missile. All you have to do. No, that's right. So I'm gonna, that's a mistake right there. That should be bomb then grapple, but that's fine. Okay. So now we have more bombs. We're gonna head over to Berenia now. Okay, just no need to kill everything, just keep moving. We can melee the bombs for pickups. Nice and simple. Just keep moving. Okay. Let's roll under that guy. This is probably one of the most difficult guys. I don't have any real good answer, just probably better to shoot at him from a distance. You can use missiles. I think it takes about 2 or 3 to kill him. But yeah, he is a bit of a pain. Okay, now we're in Berenia. Right here, this guy will actually suck up morph bombs. So, simple way to take them out. Also here, missiles works great. Just like that. Nice, simple, clean movement. Not doing anything super tough. Here, bomb. Keep moving. Alright, this guy, it's pretty much impossible. There is a way to not get hit, but it's just better to just take the hit and keep moving forward. Talk to Adam. Adam will tell us that water is wet.
Uploading data.
Lower level.
Melee counter. Keep moving. Here. Oh. A missile. Keep moving. Bird. Counter. Practice the slide. Keep moving forward. This guy. Yeah, it takes 3 missiles to kill those guys. Here, counter. Keep moving. 1 missile. 2 missiles. This guy, counter. Gone. So this is a little bit more advanced. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out of here. If you're playing Dread mode, then you have to ignore all of this. But we're going to drop down and we're going to actually pull over to the left. So watch this. And boom, missile plus tank. That's 10 extra missiles right there. And for this guy. We're gonna just ignore this door for right now. Don't need to. And we'll continue onward. Now we have flash shift. So flash shift, I think a lot of players underutilize and underappreciate just how good flash shift is. For one, it's a very useful dodging mechanic. And you can actually use it 3 times in a row. Okay. And you can use it in the air as well. So we're going to be just spamming flash shift as much as possible. Anytime that there's any length of room that you're running, we're going to be flash shifting. Like, just look how much faster it is getting from place to place. Okay, and here is the first flash shift puzzle. Grab the energy tank. And again, we can use this. And then flash it. Oh, did that wrong. I like to just jump over it and flash shift, but up to you. Here, or flash shifting. So you can't flash shift underwater, but you can move faster underwater using the morph ball. To go under. And here's a little trick with diffusion beam. You can actually just fire without having to go through there. Here. Flash shift. More flash shifting. Pretty much every time that you can, just that you have space for it, just use it. And let's go get speed EMMI. Flash shift is going to be very useful for clearing gaps that were intended for grapple beam. It's just, you know, there's so many uses for flash shift that a lot of players just don't realize. And we're just going to be abusing it as much as possible. And it's real simple. It's just clicking A 3 times. See? Look how fast I just got through there. Okay. Drop guy there. We'll avoid the EMMI. Wait for it to clear. Hey, thanks for the raid. As I get distracted. Well, perfect time for a raid. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so from here we're just gonna climb up. Oh, and EMMI is in the wrong spot. So we're gonna go around. He's gonna cooperate. There we go. Okay. Here, abuse the flash shift. Up. More abusing flash shift. Charge, head into the control room. Spam missiles. If you need more missiles, melee the Rinkas. Nothing complicated. So welcome. This is a beginner's guide to speedrunning Metroid Dread, where we are going to get through normal any percent in less than 3 hours. So from here, you want to just target up and then immediately start blasting with EMMI. Very simple, nothing too complicated. Just so you know, I'm a speedrunner. My personal best is 127.59 on normal any percent, no major glitches. And I thought that this would be a good way to, you know, introduce players into speedrunning if this is something that they're interested in doing. All right, so now we have a speed booster. Gonna grab this guy. It's part of the energy parts. And we're gonna grab the missile tank. So I'll provide a guide on how to do speed boost puzzles. But basically, like when you're doing the wall jumps, you just maintain a neutral stick while you're doing the speed run or the speed boost. That's all it is. It's very simple. Once you realize what it is, like you'll realize just how easy it is. So here we're going to do a shine spark, which is you hold down, press B, and then press up. Nice, simple. Grab the energy tank. Nothing complicated. Keep speed boosting. We're gonna clear this, and then we're going to keep moving forward over here. Okay, and we're going to charge another speed boost. And we're gonna shine spark up here. Grab this missile tank, and we're gonna head back over to Artaria. So now we're gonna go grab grapple beam. As I continue to forget about my splits. It's fantastic. Does anyone have any questions so far about what we've been doing, or? This is going to be a new series for me. This is intended for anything that's less than 3 hours. Next episode, we'll probably do less than 2 hours, where we'll actually do some more technical stuff here, technical skips, intended for players that have, done some speed running or, want to get better and can do some of the more technical speed run things. I'm going to Shine Spark up, skip all of that jumping. Okay, and now we have grapple. Grapple, both more useful and not as useful. Mostly, it's more useful than it has been before, but it's overshadowed by Flash Shift, so. We're going to use it where we can, but Flash Shift is just going to overtake it. And we're going to head back to Dayron, and Nintendo obviously knew what they were doing because we're going to end up exactly where we were before. And after this, we're going to head over to Ferenia, and we're going to meet Exposition Parrot. He will immediately die, and then we'll go to the second biggest hurdle, which is the Chozo robots. Grab that. And holy look, this is exactly where we were before. And since we broke those speed blocks, we don't have to do it again. And we're off to Ferenia. Simple movement, nothing technical. Okay, so this is where, it starts to get a little tricky. We're gonna grab that. Climb. We'll wait for the saw to go through. Go in ourselves. One missile. Take out all of those flying bugs. Robot Pinata will get us all the pickups we ever wanted. Alright. We're gonna skip this cutscene. So the Chozo robots are very difficult. One, they have a ton of health, and they have 4 different abilities. They have the charge beam, they have the blast, and then they have the 2 melee attacks. One that you can counter, one that you cannot. So I completely understand why this is, a huge problem for a lot of players. But what you want to do is you want to create some space so that you can... Oh my gosh, okay. What you want to do, if I can actually talk while playing, is you want to create some space so that you can actually see what the Chozo robot is doing, and then you can react appropriately. So here, giving myself some space so I can... Now I'm melee countering, and I'm abusing Flash Shift. I don't know why he's not allowing me to jump over that. And if you do need some breathing room, get up on top. And just continue to give yourself space. This is much better to have the space and then be able to react that much better. See? Look how much time I have to react to that. Simple. Okay. Climb up. This one took me a little while to figure out myself. We'll continue forward. So now we're going to head back to Berenia. So the cutscene is that he unlocks the door to Berenia, Upper Berenia. So we're just going to head over there. Path to Berenia 2 does take some getting used to. Basically, you just want to head left as much as possible, left and then down. But I'm going to show you like a very just easy route. That should be relatively simple to follow and you know, avoids a lot of enemies and everything.
Uploading data.
So you won't get lost if you follow this route. At first, we're going to take care of that, and we're going to head up and just keep going left. Go left as much as possible and down. Just ignore that guy. Up or left and then down. And here is the one time we're going to go right. So we're going to go right, and then we're just going to drop. And then head left and down. Okay? Ignore that guy. Melee the mine. Hit that. And look, we're on our way to Berenia. See? Super simple. Nothing complicated. Again, this guy is going to be annoying. Just deal with him as much as you can. Back to Berenia. So, yeah, we're heading back to Berenia in just over an hour. Should be well within the 3-hour time limit that we set for ourselves. Here, we'll use flash shift. And remember that guy had the bomb? Again, just throw the bomb. And we're gonna get our another energy part right there. And here we're going to want to do a speed boost, okay? So from here, just run past that guy. There is a more advanced speed tech, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Melee counter. Actually, we'll go ahead and get these missiles. We're gonna do a flash shift. Flash shift as much as we can. If we're low on health, we can use this. But we're not right now, so we're just going to keep moving. Just jump over that guy. And right here, it's intended... Oh, hold on a second. So we're just going to grab this one, and then we're just going to flash shift over. Not that big of a deal. And we know a boss is coming because of that enemy at the door. And now for the underwater boss. So this, you can either spam missiles, you can shoot the blue blobs, or just use the beam. It's personal preference. Okay, and then we're just going to use a charge beam. On the 2 panels. Wait for him to... Just going to relax. Keep firing missiles. Missiles are your best friend when it comes to bosses. We're just going to charge up a beam again. Wait for the electricity to go. He has 3 beams right there. That's what that is. It doesn't really matter if you get hurt or not. This boss is very simple once you know the mechanics. But we're just trying to think about getting it fast. And that's it. Super simple. Absolutely nothing technical. Okay, so here, we're supposed to grapple all the way over, but we're just gonna flash shift. Okay, if the boss took out some health, got a recharge station right here. Use the grapple beam to slide over. Kill that guy, keep moving. Use flash shift. Like I said, flash shift is so underrated by most players of this game. Like, I cannot understate. Just use flash shift as much as possible. It is your best friend. It is like, it rivals speed boost in terms of like best ability ever, and it is by far the best ability, new ability in this game. All right, so now we're gonna go get super missiles. Gavaran is my least favorite place. Like, the place itself is gorgeous, but I really do not like the way that it's kind of set up. So here's the next hurdle with the Chozo robots. We're not going to do anything technical, so we're just going to charge beam, wait for him to show up, start spamming missiles. Again, we're going to give ourselves some space. As soon as he attacks, just like universally, you can just flash shift over him. Like, that's your best option. Like, not getting hit. Simple. Give myself time to charge beam. No. I'm out of missiles now. That's okay. No big deal. So diffusion beam will take out all of those little critters at once. This guy right here, we can just ignore. Nope. I can grab with it. There we go. Back to flash shifting. Here, little critters. Jump over, flash shift, continue on. It's clean, simple movement. Like, a lot of players focus on these technical movements that look very flashy, but it's the solid movement that's really going to save you time. That and flash shift. Pull up. Pull this down. More flash shifting. Open the door, more flash shifting. Super missiles at 1 hour and 11 minutes. Charge beam. Take out all the flying bugs. Then we're gonna go and get plasma beam. Again, just more flash shifting. Right. Here's where we find out that X-Parasite is here. Doesn't matter. We still have flash shift. Skip cutscene. Very simple, just jumps, more cutscenes, more flash shifting. Plasma beam at 1 hour and 14 minutes. I'm gonna just ignore all of this. I'm gonna jump up, flash shift, ignore. Here, you can actually get past these guys. Okay. Now we're gonna get to the Chozo warriors, and this one I can see where it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I really do suggest that you begin working on your mash. You can also do what I do. I actually have the D-pad actually mapped to both the left and right are actually mapped to Y, and you just kind of wiggle your thumb back and forth. And you get a very fast mash. If not, just kind of work on getting a little bit faster every time. It's not difficult, and you're not going to hurt yourself, and just so you go. Unless you're getting really bad on it, okay? So don't hurt yourself. Just, you know, kind of practice on getting a little bit faster on the mash. Or we have super missiles, those work too. Here, just gonna flash shift. And I'm just waiting for him to come on the ground. That's all I'm doing. Giving myself space. Or I can use the plasma beam. Nothing complicated. It's giving yourself space, allowing you to read your opponent. And cutscene. And then we're just gonna speed boost out of here. Any questions so far? skip the cutscene. If anyone has any questions or comments, please feel free to post it on the chat. Back to flash shifting. Okay, blue EMMI is probably the most difficult. Well, I guess purple is probably more difficult because you're underwater. But blue EMMI is very difficult. So we're gonna try very hard to get through them without getting caught, but we'll see. We're gonna use our trusty flash shift as much as possible to get through here. And we're going to use Phantom Cloak to hide. Comes back. We're just going to let him go back into the other room. Oh, come on. Really? There we go. Okay, and here we're supposed to use grapple beam. Instead, we're gonna flash shift. Ready? Look how easy that was. Skip all of that just from flash shift. Oh, I'm gonna drop down here, enter this door. So this is, you know, supposed to kill it. Never mind, just gonna go flash shift. Can't flash shift underwater, unfortunately. And this is another time where I messed this up. So that should be spin boost. Okay. So with spin boost, we have an extra jump. Hey, thanks for the raid. Okay, now that we have the spin boost, we can jump. Jump, flash shift if we need it. Gonna fight another Chozo warrior. So he's gonna show up right there. And again, like, this is not fast. This is not a fast bash. Like, I can do fast, but I don't have to. If you feel like your thumb is getting tired, just use missiles. We run out of missiles. Back to plasma beam. Simple movement. Nothing flashy. Counter that beetle because he takes a bit. Just wait for the flower. Flash shift. More flash shift because we can. Continue to flash shift. More flash shifting. Telling you it's your best friend. Nope. Missed that. Okay. Here, we're going to double jump. Simple movement, nothing flashy. I do teach glitches. This is a glitchless run. We will be doing, excuse me, one sec. We will be doing a more advanced run, either tomorrow or sometime this week. We'll be going over, and I do have a YouTube channel that goes over stuff like pseudo wave beam, doing the space jump pseudo wave beam, like specifically. So if that's something that you're interested in, I will link my YouTube channel in just a second. Okay. And there is a much faster way of doing this, but I'm just going to show you like just the simplest way. Just going to go up here. I'm gonna wait a little bit for the EMMI to get over here, and then we're just gonna ride this onto the other side. EMMI will pop over, and we just shoot him from across the way. Nothing technical, nothing flashy, anyone can do this. That's new, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Why are you doing that? Christ. Can you please stop? Okay, I apologize for that. I've never seen that before. It's very strange. But yes, one second. There's my YouTube channel. I have several in-depth guides on how to do a lot of Metroid Dread glitches, including the pseudo wave beam. So please check it out. Just gonna skip this guy. Pulse radar is ancillary. Yeah, I know it's a difficult skip, so don't worry about it. I'll still have trouble with this sometimes. Okay. I'm trying to remember where to go. Usually go this route. Skip that. So now we're gonna go get Storm Missile. I know that a lot of people have Escue, but again, with just solid fundamentals, boss boss is extremely easy. And we have tons of missiles, tons of health to get through this. Not that challenging. We'll go ahead and go through here. Use ice missiles to get that guy. And if you can shoot that guy before he reaches the door, he's a lot easier. Adam says something, I don't remember.
This area, Freddy,
Sanctuary, apparently. Cool. Thanks, Adam. And now we're gonna get to the purple EMMI. Look at this, it's just skipping all of this. Okay. And instead of going through the water, we're just gonna go up above because we can use flash shift then. Don't have to worry about the EMMI. Look at that, already through. Not a big deal. Ice missiles will take out these guys. Don't need to kill them, just gotta... And now that we have plasma beam, we don't have to use missiles anymore. We can just kill the pinatas as needed. Don't have to worry about the EMMI. We might have to worry about the EMMI. And we're gonna flash shift. Okay, so for Escue, it's the same thing with the Chozo robots. All you want to do is you just want to just give yourself space. Gives you time to react to what he's doing. See? Nothing complicated. Had plenty of health to tank any hits that he was giving us. Storm missiles at 1.5 hours. Plenty of time. Storm missiles is probably my least favorite, if not cross bombs. Just because they take forever to load. But you can actually preload it right here. Just something to kind of consider. Okay. So here is the next, this is the first double robot fight. also can be challenging. The nice thing about this is that plasma beam will shoot through one and hit the other at the same time. So the ideal situation is to be on the same platform, because only one is going to attack you at a time and you are hitting both of them. But it doesn't always work that way. Use storm missiles. Plasma beam, I think, is the better choice here rather than just missiles themselves. Storm missiles allow you to, lock on and, so you can just aim it while you're moving around. But, so here we go. Here's a double Chozo robot fight. So as you can see, like, I can hit both of them. The plasma beam goes through them. You want to focus on the gray one first, because he has less health. Counter him if you can. And you see, I'm not mashing that fast. Like, I can't. Like, and we're gonna go through this door right here. And we're gonna go get Space Jump. Okay. Space Jump allows us to jump indefinitely. And the trick about Space Jump is that you want to allow Samus to start falling before you try to jump again. So that, I think, is like the biggest hurdle that I think a lot of people were facing, is that they don't wait enough time. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to Gabaran, and we're just making a pit stop here. Now that we have Space Jump, make it up. And take the green teleportal back over to Perennia. So obviously there is a faster way to get to Gravity Suit, but we're going to go ahead and take the longer route. As we get better, we can take the speedrun gauntlet, where it requires 3 Shine Sparks in a row. But just, for consistency, we're going to go ahead and just go the normal intended route. Okay. Over here. Just gonna space jump across. And unfortunately we can't reach that. Not sure why they designed it this way, but we have to space jump back like this and then make it across again one last time. Little shrimpies can be done with the diffusion beam. We're gonna just keep moving. No reason to stop and shoot. We can just shoot while moving. Okay. Gonna go ahead and pick up this energy tank. Very simple puzzle using flash shift. Keep moving, don't have to worry about the squid. Blow that up. Head on up. Trimpies don't do that much damage. I'm gonna abuse space jump as much as possible. And now flash it. Okay. Oh. Go. Get up here. And here we can just wait until we get over here and then just space jump over. Just a quick time too. All right, and now we have gravity suit. It only took us 9 minutes. We're at 1 hour and 40 minutes and okay. So from here, just space jump out. Not gonna worry about those missile tanks right now. Adam is gonna tell us that it's cold. Don't know why or how the planet chilled so quickly, but
Uploading data.
that's where we're at.
Next have their eyes.
Good thing we have gravity suit. Just not gonna worry about the cold. Just so you know, this entire sequence is actually skipped by most speedrunners. So if you are doing the any percent no major glitches route, we will not be doing this, but it does require a complicated skip that Marcus was alluding to, which is the pseudo wave beam space jump. You get space jump before you immediately after ice missiles. And you just skip this entire sequence. So just an FYI about this. I'm not going to be putting too much emphasis on here, but we'll talk about Experiment Z57, who is by far one of my favorite bosses. So here, and we're going to go face another Chozo warrior. So we're going to charge beam, and just head down. So this guy, he has a shield, and so we're going to actually be using storm missiles. And this allows us to actually hit him when his shield is down, and we're going to skip that entire shield phase. And then it's just fighting him like normal. Just using plasma beam as much as possible. As you get better, you can shoot faster. And that's the shield warrior. And for those of you who didn't get that one energy tank in Dayron, this would be the fourth one right there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get these missiles. What do you do? Just keep speed boosting. Just like that. Very simple. Nothing complicated. Here, just gonna continue flash shifting as much as possible. We don't care about anything here. Nothing is going to harm us too much. We have a lot of health already. So, you know, taking a hit here or there is not going to be at the end of the world.
I have determined this episode.
What are we going to do? Keep flash shifting. If you need to counter something. Otherwise, just keep moving forward. We have everything that we need to keep moving. Here. Pull up this one block. Flash shift also will not like push you into an enemy, so that's just something else to keep in mind. I'm gonna go this way because the other way is blocked from ice. You need to kill these fleas. Make it to Cataris. Map even tells you where you are going to find an item, but we can't get to it yet, so. How much are you cold? It's a little chilly today, and I have the window open just a slight bit. I need to make sure my pup's okay. All right, now we're gonna go in and head out to experiment C57. We're needing pickups. Just counter that guy. Pick up these missiles. Take it forward. Okay, so Z57 is, I'll say one of my favorite bosses. It has very easy tells, but if you get hit, you will take a lot of damage. So again, this is you know, a boss that a lot of people struggle with. Once you understand his patterns, it really is, really is very simple, but like it is kind of technically demanding. There is an easy way to beat him during the Flappy Bird sequence. You can do a Shine Spark. We will not be doing that. We will be doing the more traditional way of C57. So let's go ahead and do it. So here, we're just going to be spamming ice missiles every time that we can. We don't want to use storm missiles until we get to the second phase when he's got his extra arms out. Oh. Misread that. Use flash shift to get to where you need to go. Alright, here. Use storm missiles. Look how easy that was. Okay, Flappy Bird sequence. And we're done. And we can just fire ice missiles into him while he's waiting. Jump. Here, we're gonna counter. We're duck. Counter. Spam ice missiles into him. Traditional beam is not going to work, and charge beam takes too long, so we're just going to spam ice missiles. And that's it. He's dead already. Not that difficult. And somehow heat disperses at the speed of light, and everything is warm again. Also, gravity suit apparently protects you from fire vents for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and take this teleportal. That's gonna immediately deposit us right next to Screw Attack. Any questions? Anything about Z57? Anything about the routing that we're trying to do here? What we're trying to accomplish? Or just any, thoughts in general about, where are you at and what would you like to see? Screw attack at 150. Go ahead and grab this missile tank just for measure. Okay. So now we're going to, with Screw Attack, we can now head back over to Gavaran and we're going to go get cross bombs. But we're going to have to first talk to Adam and then defeat the last Chozo robot fight.
Uploading data.
And by this point, they are pushovers. Missile plus tank, and we're just gonna hop on up. Okay, so for these guys, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna use plasma beam to shoot both of them at the same time. Anytime that we have them just individually, we're just going to run into them with Screw Attack. Screw Attack does more damage to Chozo robots single, but plasma beam will do more damage if they're hitting both of them at the same time. So right here, they're both up. So I'm just going to be hitting him one single now. So do sewer attack. At this point, I do not care about getting hit. Just like that, they're both down. Very simple, but nothing complicated. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. All right, and another important thing to note: even though I took a break, stepped away from the chair and everything, timer still keeps going. Okay, you don't get to pause the timer if you take a break. Okay. Now that we have screw attack, we can just pretty much walk over everything. Okay, this boss, also complicated. There's a simpler way to do this, but we're going to do the more traditional way. I'm going to slide under, use ice missiles. Okay. Same thing, just wait for him. So that's the more, that's what you have to do, is you just have to wait in the corner. He will come to you. Shoot him in the ball sack. Keep firing. Slide under. Ice missiles. Here. Just let that go. Just want to avoid the beam and just keep firing missiles. Slide under. Hit the ball sack. These beams actually do hurt, so I do recommend just avoiding them completely. Okay, here, we're gonna use screw attack. Takes 3 screw attacks to break the shell. And now we have cross bombs. Cross bombs in less than 2 hours. Doing good. This is also my most hated puzzle, because it does not work as intended. It looks like we got good RNG that time. Back to spamming flash shift. Hey mamas. This is Molly. Speedrunning puppy. Always gives me good luck. And I know she's glowing right now. It's pretty bright, overcast outside. Okay. Here, we're just going to use speed boost because it's a more lengthy area, and we can just keep walking. We're going to talk to Adam.
Uploading data.
This area, there are even higher.
Here. Screw attack, we'll just one-shot him. Let's get through this gauntlet. Nothing too big. Screw attack, everything. So now we have all the tools that we need. Last two are going to be Wave Beam and Power Bumps, which are almost ancillary at this point. More for puzzle solving. Again, screw attack. Screw attack just solves all your problems. Ready? More screw attack. Screw attack. Screw attack. And I don't expect you to go through this as fast as I am, but it does come with practice. Here, flash shift, space jump, all the way up. Yes, you can do this faster, but I'm trying to demonstrate, like, you do not have to be doing this fast. Okay, so here, I'm gonna charge up. Use ice missiles. Okay, now we're just gonna use screw attack. Dead. Nothing technical. This is stuff that the game will tell you immediately, and you can figure out on your own. Okay, so we're just gonna go through this gauntlet real quick. Just like so. That means he's just gonna slowly get through it himself. And we're gonna just start the stream. He's gonna duck again. Nothing complicated. Okay, wide beam in just over 2 hours. And we have everything that we need. We have plenty of health, we have plenty of missiles, we can take out Beak, no problems. That, we can just take the hit, doesn't matter. Remember, we want to keep moving, we want to go fast. This is taking too long. So I just used screw attack right there. Skip the cutscene. Keep using flash shift. If you need stuff, use wave beam. We're gonna skip this cutscene. And same as before, we're gonna use swarm missiles. Just wait for him to attack. And now we're gonna just use wave beam. Not difficult at all. What did I say? Flash shift is your best friend here. Now we have power bombs. Not doing any sort of fancy mashing or anything. Okay, power bombs. So the trick about power bombs is that they will not generate power bombs for you. So if you want more, you have to use wide beam or wave beam to get more. So that's the trick there. So right there, get more power bombs. Now I don't have to go and refuel. Talk to Adam one last time.
Uploading data.
Families of this island.
Now to get to the end game. You can use a shine spark, it's a lot faster, but screw attack is just fine for this. We'll be covering that in the next episode. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the gold buddy. Same thing as the red one. We're gonna use storm missiles to injure him while he still has his shield. Hopefully we can get him to the point where he drops his shield, but otherwise, you know, it's the same thing as red. See? Not doing anything complicated here. Now he does have a little bit more health than red, and he also deals more damage. But I'm not mashing very hard. This is something you can definitely do yourself. There we go. Super quick golden boy. And yes, like, you can do it a lot faster. You can You can really push your mash like super hard, but like I'm trying to break down what are the basic mechanics of it. What are speedrunners actually doing when they crush bosses super quick? Because all they're really doing is just what I'm doing, but just, you know, faster. But I want to break down the mechanics to as simple as possible so that you can kind of understand them and then begin doing it yourselves. Okay, so Raven Beak. Again, very mechanically challenging, but like once you understand his tells, very simple. So what are we going to be doing? We're going to push his shield to red, so we're just going to be spamming as much damage as possible. In the future, I will go over gold skip, and I have a video on that specifically as well. The second and third phases, we will be just using missiles exclusively. Ice missiles do 400 damage to Raven Beak on their own, whereas Wave Beam does 16 damage per shot. So times 3, that's 48 damage if you hit all 3 beams. And Storm missiles do 450 damage, but it costs 3 missiles to do so. So you're actually wasting missiles to do slightly more damage, and it's at a slower pace than just regular ice missiles. So what you want to do is you want to get used to just how Raven Beak moves, especially in phase 2. Especially because you can't get any more pickups during phase 2, which makes it the most challenging part. And then you're just going to be spamming ice missiles. The one thing I am going to teach you is the lunging pose to completely ignore the Gatling mechanic. So with that said, let's go and take down Raven Beak. Skip cutscene. As soon as he gets to red, he goes into this. We're gonna duck, counter him, and then we're just going to lay into him. Doesn't matter how fast you go. You have to have 12 hertz in order to skip gold phase. We're not going to be practicing that right now. 4 ice missiles will take out that purple thing and give you pickups. As soon as he motions to you, melee counter him, and then just lay into him. You can use ice missiles, you can use plasma beam, it really doesn't matter. And like you can see, I'm not mashing very hard. Here, I'm just watching Raven Beak. Here, we're gonna lunge, and look at that. I'm not getting hit, and I can just lay into Raven Beak with ice missiles. Again, same thing. Look how much damage I'm doing, and I'm not having to move or anything. It's super easy. Flash shift is your friend. We're done with phase 2. If he does that slash, just jump over him and flash shift. Here. Gonna counter him. Just use ice missiles. Got another counter, more ice missiles. It should be the end of him. Yep. That's Raven Beak. Barely got hit. Ice missiles are your best friend. I'm gonna skip the cutscene. This extra phase of Raven Beak, we could actually skip a large chunk of this. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As soon as he does 5 steps, then charge the Hyper Beam. That's the fastest way to take out the X Raven Beak. Got the cutscene right here. Skip it. Now we're gonna make our escape. You all know the escape sequence. There is optimizations that you can do. I'm just gonna teach you one of them, which is the Shine Spark. Mostly what you want to do is you want to stay on the ground. You move faster on the ground than you do up in the air. But other than that, I'm not going to do anything else. This is mostly just knowing the pathing. Also, nothing can hurt you. So here is the Shine Spark. Get a cinematic Shine Spark. And we're gonna continue on. Can speed boost here. There is a Shine Spark available, but we're not gonna deal with it right now. Plenty of time. And that's it. 2 hours and 14 minutes, 48 seconds.
Drain the ship of its energy.
Easy, simple. We're not doing any technical movement here. It's all very simple mechanics. Biggest thing I'll say is you want to learn the route, you want to practice the route. Really hope something like this guide is helpful for you guys if you are interested in speedrunning. We're gonna skip ahead so we don't have to listen to the fanfare music. Clear time 2:29:30, and this has to do with all the cutscenes and everything. So this is what we call in-game time, IGT, versus the RTA, real-time attack, which is 2:14:48. And then it's going to tell me all the stat. No, never mind. So that's it. Are there any questions? Glowing Molly here. No questions at all? Okay. Totally fine. Well, thank you, Luca. No questions on my end, but it was satisfying to watch. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Her name's Molly. She's an 11-year-old Maltese. Definitely is my good luck charm when it comes to speedrunning. So that is the OSO guide to introduction to speedrunning, where we can do it in less than 3 hours. Obviously, I did it in 2:15, but because I know the route, I know where enemies are spawning and stuff like that. I expect that it will take you a little bit longer, but I would also suggest, if you are at all interested in speedrunning, check out the Metroid Dread Discord, the Speedrun Discord. Speedrun.com has great tools. I will leave links to my videos on YouTube. You can check me out at youtube.com/ososhocken-gaming, where I have not only my speedruns, my PB, which is 127.59, but also tutorials on how to do some of the speedrunning glitches that we will be using. So moving forward, most likely tomorrow, I will be doing another run, and this will be the probably sub 2.5 hour, maybe sub 2 hour, where we're actually going to be focusing more on movement. So we're going to be doing faster movement, and we're also going to be doing some skips. So the biggest one to start with is going to be the pseudo wave beam, where we're going to skip the first EMMI. I haven't decided if we're going to do the second pseudo wave beam, because I know a lot of new players have trouble with that. But we're also going to be doing the grapple, the early grapple and early bomb, because that saves a lot of time early on, moving forward. So I think most likely we're going to save pseudo wave beam for later, to probably get to the sub 2 hour mark, and we'll be doing the early grapple, the early bombs, and then the sorry, Molly's licking my hand. We'll do the early ice missiles. Trying to remember that route. I'll have to look into it a little bit. But basically, it'll be the introduction of sequence breaks, and that will get us to sub 2.5 hours, sub 2 hours, or around that mark. Later, we'll be doing like a more sub 2 hour run. This is where we're really going to be starting to do. We have to really start working on mechanics. We're going to skip the entire Artaria, frozen Artaria sequence. So unfortunately, we're going to say goodbye to Experiment Z57. We're also going to say goodbye to the underwater boss, Drogyga. And no one really cares about missing Drogyga a lot, especially, including myself, love Experiment Z57. So it's unfortunate that he just gets skipped now, but that's okay. And then, we're at that point, we're going to be working on, optimizing movement, and we're going to get to the parts, the more difficult technical speedrunning skips. So we have, we'll get to the point where we are doing pseudo wave beams. We're going to get to the point where we're doing Corpius first. So we need to work on aiming our shots while Corpius is invisible. Doing the underwater, the water skip in Artaria, and then eventually we'll get to the point where we're practicing the Cataris Atom Safe Skip or ASS. So there's plenty that we can start working on. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it, and we'll see you all soon. So tomorrow, stay tuned for the half-hour, 2-hour speed run where we're going to do something a little bit, more technical stuff and doing some skips. So with that, Molly is just really going for my hand right now. So I hope you all have a good one. Let's see if we can actually raid someone since we have some viewers. Great. Let's check out Axelrod. He's got triangle strategy going on right now. So everyone take care. I'm going to go get some lunch. I will be back in about an hour and a half. We have a coaching session going on later today. So if that's something that you're interested in, please let me know. It is actually going to be very similar to this, where we're going to be practicing the Metroid Dread route. And if anyone else is interested in any coaching, it is 100% free. It's in my Discord. Just join my Discord. All that I ask is that you have some ability to record your footage in real time. And yeah, we can work on anything specifically that you want to run, or we can also just watch one of your runs, and I'll just give you some tips and tricks as we watch it. So if that's something that you're interested in, please check out my Discord. Also check out my YouTube channel. I have a ton of videos on that, and if you enjoyed this, feel free to follow and watch me practice my runs myself. So take care. Please enjoy Axelrod and Triangle Strategy game.